Creationism is the belief that the universe and life were created by a divine being, often in a manner described by religious texts. While the belief itself is rooted in faith and spirituality, its proponents frequently challenge well-established scientific theories, such as the theory of evolution, the theory of general relativity, and the Big Bang theory. Creationism, particularly in its young Earth form, asserts that the Earth, and all life upon it, was created in a relatively short span, often interpreted as 6 literal days, within the last 10,000 years. This interpretation is at odds with a vast body of evidence from multiple scientific disciplines, including biology, geology, astronomy, and physics. Young Earth creationism was originally conceived as a counter to the theory of evolution by natural selection, first published by Charles Darwin and Alfred Russel Wallace in 1859. Many were fearful of the threat to religious power and authority presented by the theory of evolution, and so were keen to seek an alternative explanation. However, their efforts were largely in vain, as evidence supporting the theory of evolution grew rapidly, and evolutionary theory was tested and proven true by other scientists. Many of these scientists were themselves God-fearing folk, and Darwin himself was mocked for many years for his theory, but over time he was proven correct again and again. Today, the theory of evolution is one of the best supported theories in all of science, and its study has resulted in many advances in medicine and biology. The fossil record provides extensive evidence for the gradual evolution of life over billions of years. Transitional fossils, such as those linking fish to amphibians or dinosaurs to birds, demonstrate clear evolutionary pathways. Radiometric dating techniques, such as carbon dating and uranium lead dating, consistently indicate that the Earth is approximately 4.5 billion years old. The Big Bang theory, supported by observations such as cosmic microwave background radiation and the redshift of galaxies, describes a universe that is roughly 13.8 billion years old. Creationist models consistently fail to provide coherent alternatives that align with these well-documented phenomena. The universality of DNA, and the genetic similarities among diverse species, strongly support common ancestry. Comparative genomics has revealed patterns of shared genes and mutations that align with evolutionary timelines, challenging the idea of independent creation events. One of the fundamental principles of science is falsifiability, the idea that a theory must be testable and capable of being proven wrong. Creationist claims fall outside this criterion, relying on supernatural explanations that cannot be empirically tested. By invoking divine intervention as an explanation, creationism deliberately places itself beyond the scope of scientific inquiry in order to preserve itself. Creationist arguments are rooted in circular reasoning, where the assumption that the Bible is true is used as evidence to support the premises. For example, citing the Bible as evidence for a young Earth assumes the Bible's literal accuracy, which is the very point under contention. By this circular logic, the movie Star Wars could be used to prove the existence of a real Darth Vader. Clearly, such reasoning has no basis in reality. The push to teach creationism or its rebranded form, intelligent design, alongside evolution in science classrooms poses significant challenges to education. Presenting religious beliefs as scientific theories misrepresents the nature of science, which is based on empirical evidence, peer review, and falsifiability. Introducing creationism into schools can confuse students about the distinction between faith-based beliefs and evidence-based science. Science thrives on questioning, experimentation, and revision based on new evidence. In contrast, creationism often discourages questioning by framing certain ideas as immutable truths, such as not being able to question the Bible's veracity. This polarization can hinder constructive dialogue and mutual understanding between communities with differing worldviews. Creationism, while deeply meaningful to many, falls far short as a scientific theory due to its reliance on supernatural explanations, lack of empirical support, and incompatibility with established scientific principles. Ultimately, however, the entire creationist movement exists for absolutely no real reason whatsoever. Just because our universe is telling us through science that it is nearly 14 billion years old, does not invalidate religious belief. The assumption that the world is only 10,000 years old, because the Bible's chronology suggests that is that case, ignores the fact that the Old Testament was written at a time when established civilizations were already thousands of years old. Sumeria, Babylon, ancient Greece, all came long before the Hebrews. The original text did not even claim that the world was made in 7 days, but instead over several periods of time, the Hebrew word for which could mean ages or eons, not just days. It has been suggested by scholars that the use of the word days in modern translations of the Bible is in fact an error in translation. Conspiracy theories such as creationism are created and sustained in order to produce an us and them conflict, a means to build outrage and a following when, in reality, there is nothing to be outraged about in the first place. Creationism actually does religion a disservice, alienating many of the faithful who can see, despite their religious faith, that the creationist movement is based on myths and fear of evolutionary theory, not rational thought. There is no need for the world to be only a few thousand years old in order for there to be a God, and no need to believe in creationism in order to be faithful, for both the term and the movement are entirely invented and have no basis in reality at all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this presentation, please do share it with others whom you feel might benefit from it, and we hope to see you in the next video.